But, Dr. Cortex, we haven't determined the cause of past failures.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general, and he will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Failure again. Capture him!
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
Alright, we are ready to go. The female Bandicoot is prepared. Crash is crazy now. Those eyeballs, all of his emotions, that was one of the best parts of this game when it was on PS1, and it's been amped up to 11 here on PS4. The enhanced visuals allow them to really emphasize Crash's kookiness. And I talked with one of the guys from the team that made the game, and he said that obviously they couldn't take any of the code from PS1, so this is completely built from the ground up, but with intense attention to detail so that all of the boxes, all of the apples, all of the stages are exactly where they should be, exactly how you remember them. And it felt, I'll be honest, sort of weird to be playing a game like this in 2016 when everything is so freaking open-ended and open world. It was kind of just a weird change of pace to go back to something that was super hallway linear style like this. But once I got a handle on it, it does have a fun charm to it that is missing from a lot of games these days. And it focuses specifically on mechanics and just allowing you to be the Bandicoot and make your way through these levels, which aren't that easy, by the way. Collecting boxes gives you the top score, but because this was a limited time demo, I just tried to get to the end of the stage so I could show you guys all the content. Getting extra lives, practicing our moves. It is a little weird, the fact that you're playing on a PS4 controller, so naturally I wanted to use the analog stick, but the game is by far better played with the D-pad. And they definitely brought the slightly, annoying controls from the original. Remember, the PS1 controller was nowhere near as fluid as what we're used to today. So there were instances where I was like, holy crap, do I need to press it a little bit, a lot, to get him to the next block? But for the most part, it was just super fun to be back in the shoes of Crash Bandicoot. Wearing the mask proud, moving our way. This poor turtle should not be here, so we say so long, and we suck up some apples. Hey, at least he's healthy. Now in games, you got stuff like BioShock Infinite, where they eat hot dogs all the time, Grand Theft Auto, people are getting fat, and Crash, he's just on that all-apple diet. Doctors would be very pleased with him, and maybe that's why he's got this mystical man following his lead as we almost jump into the gap. Whew, close freaking call. Alright, so that's the end of the stage, and we're 11 boxes shy of perfection, but like I said, it's a demo, so I'll let it slide. What is fun, though, is watching poor Crash get hammered by our incompetency. I'm so sorry, my boy! But he's okay. This guy does not have a lot of brain power to begin with, so we didn't cause any harm there. That's the end of the first stage. Now, the second stage that they have prepared for us is a lot more difficult. You'll notice the overworld maps there. We don't actually get to see them, but they are in those title screens, which is pretty interesting to see how you'll be navigating between the levels, which I believe is something new that was not there in the initial trilogy. So it looks like presentation-wise things will be different, but gameplay-wise things will be, full-on nostalgia all the way. So we are going to do our best to jump over all of these weird orbs of pain. And here's where I started using the D-pad, and you get a lot more fine-tuned movements. Although, like I said, it was a little tough to know, like, how much do I push? As you see right there, I tapped it barely, and Crash's shoes come off because he is crushed in the bottom of this mechanical basement. We're gonna wow. Thank you very much, weird camera sphere thing, man, for turning me into an angel. Now I can float up to the heavens above and join the gaming gods. Crash has not seen the light of day for some time. He was back in Skylanders Imaginators, but I don't know if you count that. That was more of a guest appearance. This is the first time Crash has seen like a legit full-on release in well over a decade. And, I'm a little sad that it's not something brand new. I think that would have been cool, even if it was in this style. but just like brand new maps, brand new set of everything, especially since they, did have to build it from the ground up. It wasn't like they could just port over the PS1 code, so why not make it totally new? But perhaps there will be some unlockable extra stages or something where they kind of, had some fun, because graphics and visual capability has come such a long way in the time between, Crash and now, that it would have been cool to see them take advantage of what they could have done given this forced perspective and just do some really crazy visual tricks and fun stuff with the graphics. But it does look super good. I'm not sure if I was playing on a PS4 Pro, although I imagine that I was, because they were using 4K TVs and the emphasis was clearly on PS4 Pro. All in all, a really great showcase from Sony, revealing this Crash remake that you're seeing here. And then, giving some love to Patapon, Loco Roco, Parappa the Rappa, obviously The Last of Us 2, and the gorgeous Lost Legacy Uncharted DLC. Although I will say the show floor was a little bit of a letdown. Not a whole lot new there, not a whole lot playable. Crash is probably the coolest new thing that I saw. And so that's why I was super pumped that they let me record it and bring it to you guys. Collecting these heads, I don't remember collecting these heads when I initially played the game, but it had to be there because, like I said, they said that this was like, basically a, grid for grid, line for line remake. Bounce and get some apples. You're about to see a bonus stage, which was driving me bonkers in the demo room. And I could see in the reflection of the TV that there were people waiting to play behind me. So I only tried it like 10 times because I wanted to beat it, but you'll see in a second. And this is where, like, getting back used to that D-pad movement and more of that very, like, granular movement instead of fluid movement really came to bite me in the butt. But I'm sure once I get the game and have a little more practice with it, it'll all be a-okay. It's just getting used to it, getting reacclimated to D-pad movement and sort of this very, forced, non-maneuverable Mr. Crash here. But we're popping bots and we're jumping over things that are hot, and we'll take our skills down to the next level. My talents belong at this checkpoint. Thank you very much. And it did look really crisp. It ran great. There was obviously no hitching or anything, which there shouldn't be because this game, isn't doing, like I said, a whole lot. But it does look really good for what it is. And I will try not to get my head sliced anymore. Land on these icy blues and avoid the spicy reds. Down below the blade monster. Let's let him run his pattern just to make sure that we get this, because I don't think you can spin these guys, because they will try and spin you back. And we've got fur and they've got steel, so it's probably not a good battle. Alright, we collect another face of female power, bash in some more robo-crabs, and now we're almost to that bonus stage that I was telling you about. These vents are shooting stuff up. I would have loved to see the apples suck into you as like a slight little new tweak. But again, they really want to create a true to the times Crash Bandicoot. It is nice though that all 3 games are in there. I don't know if it's gonna be a full price title or 40 or 30 or what. I would hope it was more in the 40 range because it is just straight up remakes. But given it's 3 games, it could be 60. We'll see. Here's the bonus stage. The goal here is to collect every single apple and break all of the boxes. And this is very tricky because, as you see, you have to move and you have to count because these big boxes have 10 apples, and then right after 10 you got to be ready to move to the next one, and sometimes I just was not ready for that. So the shoes fly again. It's got some pretty cool shoes though. As a big sneakerhead myself, I wish I could wear a pair. Let's head back in and see if we can't do any better now that we know a little bit more about the pattern. We are box bouncing our way to glory, but see, like, it's very hard. Like, you get on the edge and you're like, I'm on the edge, I'm doing good, I'm fine, and then you move, and then it's just getting used to that D-pad and the fine-tuned movements. Took me a little bit of trouble, but we're okay. We will move on and crush this level because the bonus stage does nothing when you don't have a save state. All in all, are you guys excited for Crash Bandicoot the remake? Are you happy with how he looks? I think they did a really nice job of making him true to life. I know some people were, not 100% pleased. I felt like in Skylanders he was a little bit goofier looking, a little bit more exaggerated, almost like Disney-ified, but this is very true to the OG Bandicoot that you guys probably remember, just a whole lot prettier. And it was kind of weird in a way because you play this and you forget exactly what Crash 1 looked like. And I remember playing Crash 1 for a video a number of years ago. And, like, go back and compare them. Right now, you're like, oh, this looks a little better, but holy crap. If you look at the 2 side by side, things have come a long way between the Insane Trilogy and the original Trilogy. So we're going to work our way through some very tiny and well-timed jumps. We've got platforms of pain, conveyor belts of chaos, and we're going to take our talents now to a higher level and use some movable platforms to elevate ourselves over the ice and around the fire. Now, I thought this thing was going to move a lot sooner than it did, but we still maintain patience and we make it through. And we are approaching the end game for Mr. Crash Bandicoot. 2 old ugly guy heads, not sure exactly what those are for, but we're going to now go down and work our way through. I did record this at full, beautiful HD quality, so hopefully it looks really good on your screen, whether you're watching on a phone, computer, TV, or holographic projector. But let me know what you think of Crash. You guys pumped for it? I'm guessing it comes before E3 2017, so sometime in the first half of 2016. All in all, like I said, I really like the Sony conference. I'm excited for the games they've got coming out, including this Crash and Sane trilogy. Hopefully God of War makes it out, because that thing looks incredible. We got Horizon coming super soon. And then maybe we even get lucky and strike a Days Gone or a Detroit Become Human for Sony's exclusive slate in the following year. But what do you think? This is my favorite part of the whole video. So for those of you that stayed the whole way, you get to see the best. And if you thought it was sad when Crash got crushed by the boxes last time, look what happens when he gets hit by 50+ boxes. The boy breaks down. Okay, he's still got composure, and then we just basically kill him, which is sad. And I'm sorry, Crash, and I won't do it again. I promise you guys, next time I'll keep him safer. Until that time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this super early